Oh, it's unctuous. It's acrid. Blow your Nostradamus off, and it's quite delicious. Mr. Seasons here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I do loads of shorts on fragrances, but today I thought we'd chill in front of the scent bar. We're going to discuss designer scents. We're going to go over Mr. Seasons' top 5 designer scents. Now, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you joining us. It's a new channel, there's no denying that. I do lots of shorts. Yes, I'm on TikTok. Join us in the fragrance community here, and let's just enjoy talking some fragrances, going over a few different subjects. And today's subject is going to be Mr. Seasons' recommended designer scents. So that's my top 5 recommendations from my collection below 100, and for those overseas, Great British pounds, pounds sterling. What do I recommend? Why I recommend it? So without further ado, let's get into the video. In fact, before I continue, there'll be a bonus clip at the end because I've just realised that I did my TikTok video and I forgot one. So this is a bit of a bonus clip for you YouTubers. This is going to be a scent at the end, which I recommend above all if you're on a budget. And look, everybody wants to save money. Everybody wants to smell good, unless you're a bit weird. Everyone wants to smell great, but they don't want to spend the spondoolies. So I'm going to tell you how you can try to keep the costs down but smell as good as possible. Keep watching and please subscribe if you love fragrances. But let's focus on this right now. At number 5, Versace Eros Flame. 100ml bottle here, and you can pick this up at the moment for about 70 quid. 70 pounds, 100ml. It's a great scent for right now in the British autumn as we get into the colder months. Next week we're getting a cold snap. This will warm you right up. Yes, it has citrus, but also it has this spiciness to it, which gives it real character and warmth. I almost consider this herbal. It's got a very herbal aroma, and it's quite delicious. Quite nice. Let's have a spritz. Remind myself. Yeah, citrus, but then you get this peppery, herbal, warm, really unique, characteristic scent for 70 quid. You ain't gonna go wrong. So yeah, I recommend Versace Eros Flame Eau de Parfum as a top designer scent for good money. At number 4, hey look, Mr. Seasons used to splash this all day long. That was before I got into fragrances more than I am now. I mean, look, I'm still quite new into fragrances. I know it might not look like that behind because I've got gallons and gallons of the stuff, and I've got some pretty hefty price stuff up the top on the top shelf, but the designer stuff's on the second shelf. And I've been gathering this, gifted it over the years, and recently I just started to think, you know what, I need a midlife hobby. I'm going to get into it, into fragrances. Master Seasons, that is one of my sons, loves fragrances. He has a collection of his own, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get into it. But before I did that, I used to splash this on back in the day. This stuff, Dolce & Gabbana Porhomme. I'm not very good with pronunciations. Porhomme. All I know, D&G Porhomme. Beautiful. It's a beautiful scent, this. If you just want something easy, designer. Yes, it's not absolutely blow your Nostradamus off, but it's nice. Feels like it's been around since the dark ages, probably a good 10 years or more. But you know what? It's a great scent. It's got citrus opening, and then beneath that you get some florals, very gentle florals. Everything's very nice and nicely balanced, which makes it really versatile. And you do, on the bottom, you get this nice woody tone coming up from underneath. And I just find this is a really nice all-rounder. Some people might find it a little tiny bit acrid. Is that the right word? I find it delightful. Good all-rounder. That's number 4. Number 3 might surprise some of you who are in the fragrance game. Equally, it might not. It's quite a divisive scent. And at number 3, my number 3, Mr. Seasons number 3, is Gucci Guilty Absolute. Again, Master Seasons doesn't really like this. He's younger, he's more hip and happening than I am. I'm getting long in the tooth. But I think this scent is so underrated. It's so... It's unctuous for me. This has got some sort of gourmand vibe going on for me. When I tell Master Seasons it's got gourmand vibes, he looks at me like I've lost the plot. But I can assure you, it does have earthy tones. It does have patchouli, which can be quite pungent, but it doesn't have too much of it. So it works quite nice. You've got the wood, you've got earthy tones, and you've got this medicinal. That's the best way I can describe this. Cough medicine-y, medicinal type of vibe, which is giving it this unctuous, mature scent. Now this is a mature scent, and if you want to pick up a good designer and you want something that gives you a bit of maturity, pick this one up, because it's about 65 to 70 pounds at the moment. You might be able to get it for a bit less. 60 quid. You can't get much these days for 60 pounds, guys. Great scent. That's my number 3. What do we do then? Next, number 2. What are we going to pick? Let's have a look. Got lots of decisions, lots of choices up here. There are others that could be considered, but this is purely on my basis. My number 2 top designer scent for less than £100 on my collection. So non-niche, not the niche ones, not the Manceras, not the Montals, not the Creeds, not the Zerjoffs. I mean, they're the big boys, they're the big boy players. We're going for the typical designers, easy, accessible. Everyone can get into it. Everybody can hopefully pull out 50 to £100 and treat themselves every now and again. And I would recommend at number 2, if you're going to do it, and again, because we're heading into autumn, winter, YSL myself. And I've got the parfum version, and it's stunning. It's such a... it's so nice. It's a sophisticated... It's not the sort of scent you're going to wear for popping to the shops. It's not an everyday. It's not one of those just spritz and go. This is one that you need to keep for the special nights, the special occasions. Take it on a date night, take it out. I mean, if you're going to Waitrose, pop it on. If you're going to Asda, maybe not. Might be overkill. Do you get my point? I hope that doesn't... I don't want to be prejudiced to people who shop in Asda or Waitrose, but hopefully you get the vibes. But yeah, if you want something that's a bit special, how I would describe this, florals, a little bit of vanilla sweetness with florals, and you get a very unctuous floral scent, florally, vanilla-y, sweet. It's got something about it which is super, super, super sophisticated, even by Mr. Season standards. So yeah, number 2, if you've got £100, I mean, this is one of the more expensive designers. It's £90, £100, there or thereabouts. It'll probably come down in January if this video hasn't gone out by then. It'll probably get reduced, as everything does in the January sales. But yeah, YSL myself, it's just come out a couple of months ago or so. It's a great scent. I really do recommend it. Some people in the fragrance community aren't so hot on this one, and some are, to be fair. There's some of the big boys on fragrances, some of the big TikTokers, the big YouTubers rant and rave about this stuff. And I'm one of them who really likes it. And I was gifted it by my mum for my birthday, so I appreciate that, mum. Thank you. Okay, at number 1, you're all waiting for it. Don't forget, I've got a bonus clip at the end of what really is the best, in my opinion, the best, cheapest designer fragrance that money can buy right now. For me, for Mr. Seasons. Right, hang on, here we go. Number 1 for me is, and again, it's a newish scent, but it's on deals already, actually. And you can get it for about £85, there or thereabouts, for 100ml. Boss Bottled Absolute. Absolutely brilliant. It's, again, a winter scent. Now, for me... Some people are going to find this off-putting. I'm not going to lie. For me, I don't. And I've worn this a few times now. And I rant and rave about this stuff. It has so much character. And it is super, super strong. I mean, the strength of this scent is unbelievable. You get a boozy woody, slightly spicy, slightly sweet, well, abundantly sweet. For me, gourmand, but it's not. I know it's not a gourmand, so don't slate me in the comments. It's not a gourmand, but for me only, it's quite gourmand. I mean, there's amber, leather. You've got a bit of green from the patchouli. It just has so much class in it. And I think a lot of people are going to find it pungent, overly pungent, but bear with it. Give it a crack of the whip, because you put this on, it will keep on going. It will keep on giving for hours. It really does perform excellent, in my opinion. So that's why I've put this one at number 1. It's quite new out. Yes, it's on deals at the moment, which is never a good sign. For about £85, there or thereabouts. You can pick this up. Great winter scent again. Great for the money. Great designer fragrance. That's Mr. Season's top 1. Number 1. Bonus clip coming up now. What do I recommend? Above all of these, if you're just wanting something cheap, cheerful, does the job, smells nice, doesn't break the bank, you don't have to worry about how much you splash on, what do I recommend? What does Mr. Seasons personally recommend? From his collection, remember, I do obviously know there are plenty of fragrances out there. I'm not daft. I can only base it on my experiences. What do you guys think? What's your favourite, cheapest designer fragrance in your collection? What do you like to splish, splash and dash with? Pop it in the comments. Please subscribe as well, as I try to grow some confidence on the channel. But yeah, my top favourite cheap designer scent is Versace The Dreamer. Hey, if you're a fragrance snob, if you're a fragrance snob, a scent snob, you're going to probably laugh, because it's cheap. £25 you could pick this up for. 25 quid. And I've even compared it to the likes of this. Xerjoff Naxos. Now, yes, okay, it's not in the same league as Xerjoff Naxos, but it has a similar vibe from the honey, sugary, floral aroma. It almost gives me a gourmandy marzipan almond vibe. I think it's the tonka bean as well. Gives it like this almondy vibe, which is very similar and closely matched to Xerjoff Naxos DNA profile. That's very posh, Mr. Seasons. So yeah, there we go, guys. That's my top cheap designer scent recommendations from my collection. That's a mouthful. I hope you've kind of got something from the video. If you're looking for fragrances on a budget, maybe you want to add to your collection. Maybe you're just interested in, like I am. I mean, I just like collecting them, and I like talking about them and just discussing them. And if you do, you've come to the right place. Hopefully you like a bit of waffle from Mr. Seasons. But look, that's the video. That's the job done. Until the next time, please keep on checking my shorts. Head on down to the shorts, have a look at them. Got loads to look at. And check out my other videos. Please subscribe for more. And thank you for watching. And until the next one, get on out there and keep on sniffing. Roll the outro. Nice scent, that one. I didn't spray it.